Hey guys, it's Tucker Thompson with T2P TV. You know, for the past couple years, I haven't been around. I've been traveling with the America's Cup and living in California, and that has taught me one thing. This town, Annapolis, Maryland, is one of the coolest towns on the planet. Really happy to be back with my son Philip, and we're back out here on the Wednesday night race course with T2P TV. I can't tell you how excited I am, and of course, what a perfect night we've got for breeze, 10 to 15 knots out of the south, and the racing is set to begin. We're here with Perf 0, committee boat end. Now the pin is favored, but there's much better breeze up here, and that's where all of the fleet is, including a few that have decided to get here a little bit early. That was the gun, and that is definitely not the way to be pointing, and they're not the only one over.
That's more than two, isn't it? Looks. Is that everybody, Tucker?
I think that's everybody. And when the smoke settled, it is Bruce Bingman's blockade runner, the far 30, bow forward on the rest of the fleet.
So where are we going tonight? Up to A and then down to Hackett's and back?
Yeah, the course has a left-hand turn at A, a right-hand turn down at Hackett's, and then all the way out into the bay near R2 before a final sprint in here to the finish. Back on the starting line, more of the same. A big crowd here at the committee boat end. At least two boats getting. Oh,
that ain't gonna work. Ow! Did he run into him?
Trading some paint. And listen, the boat that shut them out is also going to get shut out by a lured boat. That's the good news for the J35. But the time hasn't ticked down yet. They're over early after forcing a few boats behind. And all the excitement begins. Of course, an X flag is up. No surprise there.
QA2 snuck out.
Rattle, rum. What a nice start for that gray boat here. Weather end up to full speed after the rest of the melee cleared out.
Tucker, you said Aunt Jean was the perennial winner.
I spoke too soon. Sorry, Jimmy. 1, 2, 3, fourth row back. And they finally start. They got plenty of people on board.
They'll find a way to get out in front.
And finally, there's T-Bone, the boat that started it all. They pushed everyone off the start, including themselves. They finally restarted.
I think there's something wrong with the starting line.
Okay, so we've determined you definitely want to be at the boat end. It's a straight shot into the first mark. And this fleet is figured out to be a little bit lower, except for breakaway. They're going to have to spin around. Mirage is on a good lane. But look at Tenacious. Are they going to make it? Well, there's the gun. All clear for the J105.
I just got to say, considering the number of protest flags that get thrown in that class, it's remarkable that they're all clear.
Well, here is a much more behaved fleet. 5 seconds to go. Leading edge set up for a beautiful start. Todd Hiller, weather end, and it's all clear. This time, no one over, no one spun out.
Remarkable.
Well, they just keep getting better and better behaved. I'm going to put my money on this Etchells fleet, with the exception of one boat backing his main boom to try and slow down, but not going to get shut out. Clock ticking down. There's the gun, no X flag.
You ducked it in? Oh, how do you do that?
And the Etchells showing us how it's done. Now for the Etchells, the breeze got lighter and shifted forward. Every single boat had to tack to port except one. Matt LaLumiere out in front. Getting set for a starboard pole, bear away, and then it's going to be a reach all the way down to Hackett's. Correct that, it's been 2 years. The rest of the big boats are going down to Hackett's. As you know, the Etchells, windward leeward, are heading downwind under spinnaker. The big question on leg 2 is, do you fly a jib or a spinnaker? Eventually, oh yeah?
I think we have the answer.
Yeah, right. Eventually the jibs went out and you can see why. Doing the bow is lonely work, isn't it, Bruce?
Okay, you know, when somebody loses the speed, it just makes it look like a clown show. We've never done that, have we?
No.
They got it. Well done.
Well, the entire fleet went downwind towards Hackett's and then way out upwind into the bay. And as you can see by the lack of water on the lens, we did not choose to take that course. We're with the leaders heading back into the harbor. You'd have to ask me that while I can't really chew gum and walk at the same time, but the scores are here somewhere. I'll get back to you after the commercial.
Well, Tucker, how does Aunt Jean manage to pull this off?
You're right, leading the J35s. I got to hand it to you, Bruce. After that fourth row start, you were the one who called it.
You know, if there's any kind of breeze at all, these guys just crush.
Might have something to do with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 crew on board, or maybe it's that man at the helm.
No, that's their light air crew, because Jimmy told me that he sails with 7 in heavy air.
Hey, well, you can't argue with the bullet, and that looks like what they're headed to do here in the J35 class.
Looking good after all these years. I wish I looked that good.
As you can see, it is a very long port reach back into the Severn River here. These are the boats chasing Aunt Jean in her class, I believe, QA2, the J92 with John Tahansky calling the shots. Tenacious leading the J105s. That's always impressive, pulling off a bullet in that competitive one design fleet. We'll see if they can hold on to it. Close behind are Doghouse and Mirage in one boat that took a flyer way inshore. You were asking earlier about Zyberger and Monkey Dust. Well, I can tell you Zyberger sits in 5th overall. This is Monkey Dust here, chasing them into the harbor towards the finish. Well, approaching SSA, the green can. That got exciting for a second. Rattle and Rum decided not to roll over with Monkey Dust over the top. They left them straight into EYC. Well, as you can see, Monkey Dust, waterline, and more sail area, and more weight paid off.
What about the windward boat part? That had a little bit to do with it.
Yeah, no, they got to reach way down here, I think, to get down to the green can. But Monkey Dust pulls forward on Rattling Rum there.
In the meantime, Tucker, the Cyber has escaped.
And just look at how tight and compressed the Etchells fleet is after a few miles of racing. The lead boat not too far back from the trailing boat. Every point counts as they tack on an upwind course towards the finish. Here we are, off the finish line, the Annapolis Yacht Club, future home of the Annapolis Yacht Club building. And what amazes me is that number 105 was first at the top mark, and they are almost last here at the finish. Not sure what happened there. There they are, being rolled by Zyberger. Now Zyberger is our story to end on in Perf 1. I think they're going to get the gun. We haven't seen any other Perf 1 boat. And there they go, crossing the line. Well, that wraps up another successful Wednesday night race right here in the harbor, and what a terrific night. I'd like to thank Brian and Julia, our guests, for coming out on the Boatyard Bar and Grill film boat, and of course my son Philip Thompson, who's back here in Annapolis with us. It's so great to be back here in America's sailing capital. Thank you, T2P TV. Thank you, Boatyard Bar and Grill. Thank you, Annapolis Yacht Club.